Happy Tuesday, everybody. I want to welcome you to another Moments of Clarity. This is your boy CT3 Charlie Tubbs III, aka Gentray, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be here today. I have some cool people in my podcast today. They're part of my cast. I have a cool project that I'm working on. Hold on, let me make sure I got everybody muted because I hear some background noise already. But I want to thank you guys so much for taking time out of your Tuesday to come and hang out with me. Please do me a huge favor. Share this live with your friends. Let people know that Moments of Clarity is on. And that's what we're going to get today. It's some Moments of Clarity. I am working on a unique project, and I have some unique, cool people that's a part of this project. And I'm just excited that they took time out of their day, even though we've been spending the last month and a half working on a project virtually. We're going to talk about that project here today on this episode of Moments of Clarity. So stay tuned. Let's go. So listen, I am so excited. I get a cool opportunity to talk to some cool people that I've been working with on a project virtually, and the project is called Business as Usual. So I have some of my cast members here, and we're going to talk about this whole process. We've been rehearsing actually virtually, and it's been a lot of fun. I've met some cool people on an app called Bigo, and we've been working on this particular dramatic presentation for a little over a month now, and we're actually going to do it live on the app tomorrow. So for those of you that don't know what Bigo is, it is a social app for the most part. You get a chance to connect with people all over the world, and here we have people on the East Coast, we got people Central, and we have people on the West Coast. So we're literally, this particular project is has people from all over the country, and so I'm excited that we get a chance to work on this virtually. So I'm going to introduce everybody individually, and then let you guys introduce yourself. I want you to tell the audience who you are, tell people about yourself, tell people where you're from, and then let people know, like, how do you get into acting, or if this is your first opportunity acting, that's cool too. And then we're going to talk about a lot of cool things throughout this process that we have doing this talk time together. So I want to thank you guys for coming. I see you guys in the comment. What's up? What's up, Miss Judy? What's up? Thank you guys. My mom's here. What's up, Mama? I appreciate you coming through. Ken, my boy, is in the building. Let's go. What's up? Thank you guys. Yeah, tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Great. That's when the production is going to go live on Bigo. So definitely, if you're on Bigo, follow Gentray, GENTR3, Gentray, and you'll be able to see it live. We're gonna do magic live on Bigo tomorrow. It's gonna be so much fun. So since my boy Stats is in the top seat, that's the hot seat. So what's up? What's up? Cut the check is in the building. So since my boy Stats is in the hot seat, the top seat, I'm gonna bring him in first. So Stats, let people know a little bit about you.
Well, my name is Status. It's pronounced stat, and this, for most people say status, but it's Status. So I'm from, I guess, California. Like, why I'm not thinking. So I'm from California, and I've been doing acting for about 2 to 3 years now. I enjoy it. I love it. I love getting into character. I love researching about a character and really diving myself into different types of characters that I portray throughout my life. And I first got into it through being in Fresno, California. I was part of this this Halloween hunt called Hobbs Grove, and it was just super amazing. It's super, just so much involvement in scaring people and becoming your own character. Laura, she's the main person in charge of Sanger's Hobbs Grove, and she let us do any character we want. Every day we come to work, she said, be any character you want. Just go out there and scare people. So she lets everyone be so creative, and that's why I really fell in love with acting. And ever since then, I moved down to LA, been trying to jumpstart my acting career also. I just love it. And now I'm here on Bigo, and I found Charlie Tubbs, and he, found him through it, and he doing this awesome project that's going to be premiering tomorrow on Bigo at 10 p.m. PST. So I'm super excited for that. And yeah, I just love acting. I just enjoy the people I met here, Miss Extra, cheychase, and Latisse. We're all great people. They're just amazing actors, so and actresses. So that's me. Stats or status. Stats KG.
Hey man, I appreciate that. Listen, Stats, I don't even know if you know this, man, but I used to live in Fresno, California. That is so crazy. I didn't know that about you until we're having this conversation. Before I moved to the Bay Area, I was living in Fresno. I actually moved to Fresno in 2015, and I was there until I moved to the Bay Area. But yeah, so I think we probably even know a lot of the same people. Yeah, because yeah, I
Yeah.
lived in Fresno, and I did actually quite a few productions in Fresno. As a matter of fact, when we get off of here, remind me, I'm going to send you a link to a production that we did in 2000. I think it was 16 or 17. It's called Music Matters. And I had a whole podcast with that cast. But it's a funny show. You probably know everybody in that production. That's really, really crazy. So Big O just shows us that
Mm.
the world is
Oh, well.
really, really, really small, and it's getting smaller every day because we've talked about a lot of things, but we never talked about that. I never knew that you lived in Fresno. So when did you move from
Mhm.
Fresno, Stats?
I moved from Fresno around 2017, I believe.
My
Yeah.
dude, we were living in the same city at the same time. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy. So I was there. I was there from 2015 until 18, and that's when I moved to the Bay Area. And
Mm.
yikes, bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. So,
Crazy.
man, that's cool. That's all cool. So I want to go to my next creative. Yeah, you're right, Gray. It is definitely a small world, and technology is proving to us every day that the world is small. I mean, we are probably like two or three degrees of separation from somebody that we may know, which is pretty interesting. So that's dope. So I'm gonna go to my next creative. I call all of our artists creatives because they are. If you can take some words off of paper and make them come to life on a character, then in my mind you're a creative and you're an artist. So this is my homegirl, Miss Extra, and she's actually playing the lead character or one of the lead characters in this particular show, Business as Usual. She's playing Sharon, and Stats, the guy you just heard from, is playing her husband, Alex. So I'm excited to dive into some more dialogue with them as well because it's been an interesting exchange watching them go back and forth and literally be extra the whole time. So that's all great. So, Miss Extra, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Tuesday to come hang out with me.
What's
What's up, Miss Extra?
what's up? What's up, everybody? First of all, my name is Miss. I am from Ohio. This is my very first time acting, should I say? Gentry kind
Hey.
of just trying to make me really come out of pull everything up out of me. But I'm actually enjoying it. I really don't have much to say. I'm just extra, like kind of like on the down low. Like right now, I don't have nothing to say because I'm nervous. But I really appreciate you even giving me this role. They probably like she ain't got nothing to say because over there on Bigo, I'm running my so so I really enjoy it. Y'all gonna see me turn up a little bit, but I appreciate you.
Listen, Miss Extra, I appreciate you. You stepped in. You actually did me a huge favor, but you did it so beautifully. I had someone else playing this role that was actually doing it solid. Um, but she has kids and she has to take care of her kids and all that stuff is understandable. And I always respect anybody that I work with. I'm like, yeah, your kids are definitely a priority. If you got to make sure they get their homework done and you got to make sure they get taken care of, you got to do that. And so I asked Miss Extra to step in, and when I say she stepped in, she put all 2 feet in that joint. You hear what I say? So I'm having so much fun working with you, Miss Extra, and I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. And you say this is your first time acting. Well, listen, you killing it. You killing it. So thank you for all that you've been doing in this process. I mean, I know I sort of kind of threw you into it, but I mean, you came in ready to go, and I appreciate all the energy that you brought to this thing. I mean, oh my God. I mean, last night in our rehearsal on Big O, I was laughing so hard. I'm like, this is going to be some great foolishness. So I really do appreciate your energy that you brought to it. So we're gonna come back to Miss Extra.
Hey, I live up to my name, Miss Extra, because I'm extra as hell in this part.
And I promise you, this particular character, and as you read in the script, she is extremely extra. So I think it was a match made in heaven in a lot of ways. So this is really cool. So thank you, Miss Extra. I'm gonna go all the way to Boston. With what's the Boston baked beans, the Boston Red Sox, all this stuff comes out of this area with my homegirl, cheychase, who works in the industry. She works as an artist manager, artist development, but she also works in radio. cheychase in the building. cheychase, how are you? And welcome to Moments of Clarity.
Hey everybody, my name is Cheyenne Chase, known as Shy Chase, everywhere else. Uh, Happy to be a part of this project. It is also my first time acting, never done a table read, a play, or anything like that. So it's different but exciting at the same time. And I'm just excited for everyone else to see like the product Charlie has created. And I'm appreciative that he wrote me into this script or whatever, invited me to play this role as Michelle. So yeah.
So shy, I know this is new to you, just like it's new to Miss Extra. So, but you play a character. Her name is Michelle. So, do you relate to Michelle in any kind of way?
Yeah, I do. I'm usually that friend that's like, yeah, do it, or don't put no bad energy here, or don't put too much energy there. Yeah, I can relate
That's
to
dope. That's
Michelle.
dope. But so that's cool that worked out that way because sorry. So we learned from talking to Miss Extra that she's extra in real life. That's why her name is that. And we know from reading the script that doggone Sharon is a fool on the loose. You hear me? Sharon,
Yeah.
she's listen, she's so out of control. I had so much fun writing Sharon, and I still do. So anytime I'm writing anything from Sharon, I'm like screaming and laughing because I'm like, this thing is out of control, and she really is. And I appreciate all that extraness that Sharon brings to any situation. And I'm telling you, you gotta see this. So those of you can actually go to your app store and download Bigo and follow everybody on this panel because all of us have our taglines or our names or usernames on the app. You can actually come back and watch this podcast or watch it now and get everybody's tag, and that's who we are on the app. Except for me, I'm Gentry on the app, and or whatever. But most people that follow my podcast know that's my artist name, Gentry. And so you can definitely follow everybody that's on this particular platform. And I'm telling you, the production tomorrow is going to be so crazy. It is an adult comedy, and this has been great for me in a lot of ways. And I explained for it how after I talked to my homie from the Motor City. Listen. We got the Motor City in the building, and Motor City, Motown music, and it's just so crazy. She just happens to be Melodic Dreams. Her name is Latisse Douglas, but she's a whole vibe. She's a singer. She's a songwriter. She's jazzy. She has all these little flares. So listen, I want to introduce to you all Latisse Douglas, who plays Dr. Clemens in the show, and I like you. You'll hear me say this a lot on my lives that a person that is dope to me, dope AF, like my T-shirt says. Hey, and go to my website and purchase this shirt. It's dope AF. I'll put the thing at the bottom in a second, but you can go and get this T-shirt and you can wear it in honor of everybody on this platform because all of them are dope people, dope souls, and I just appreciate all of them. And so, without further ado, I'm gonna bring up my homie from the Motor City, Latisse Douglas, aka Melodic Dreams. Welcome, Melodic Dreams, to Moments of Clarity. This is your first time, but it won't be your last. Please let people know who you are.
Hey, I'm Latisse Douglas, but if you know me industry wise as a creative poetic writer, I'm known as Melodic Dreams. I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter. This is not my first play. I've been acting off and on for about 20 years. And I when I came to Vigo, I met Gentry. And I'm just so ecstatic about actually being able to bring something to Vigo that they probably never really had. and I'm enjoying playing my character, Dr. Clemens. Dr. Clemens. Dr. Clemens is kind of a little bit like Iyanla. She got a little bougie, but she got a little hood too, you know. So it's like that mama figure, you know. So I'm enjoying bringing something to that character, and I know this is not going to be the first, but you guys got to check it out. Um, I'm enjoying it. It's fun.
So, Latisse, while I have you in the big box, so do you relate to that to the character of Dr. Clemens at all, just as a personality?
Absolutely. Yes, I do. Because I'm usually that person that I'm a hairdresser. I've been in the beauty industry for about 35 years as well too. So when you're a hairdresser, people come to you. It's like, you know, that little saying, only a hairdresser knows for sure. So you're as a stylist, you're a counselor, you're a therapist, you know, and so I get to do all of that every day in my job. So I find that a little she is kind of me, really, you know, because that's what I'm doing. I'm helping, and I've done that for people in real life. So it's comfort for me. It's not hard. I'm used to it.
That's dope. And so while you are getting people's hair together, I guess it's almost like I just had a Color Purple reference. You remember Sugar Avery say she scratched it out of my head when I was ailing. And so
I'm telling you.
yeah, so I think that's cool that to be able to because obviously being in the hair industry, it is a form of nurture. So you're nurturing a person's like roots in their hair, but at the same
Hmm.
time you can also water and nurture their soul as
Absolutely.
well with
Hmm.
advice and just listen, Latisse, pull up,
Absolutely.
Latisse, come on through, pull up.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I want to say before we move forward, I want to thank the cast one because here's what you all don't realize. Before Thug Rona came to the earth, I was doing this on a regular basis, and I was actually getting ready to take a actual entire show on road to do a tour. I had like a 4 or 5 city tour set up for a production I was working on, and so Thug Rona, as you know, shut all that down. And so as creatives, a person that loves to write not just theater but write scripts for the main screen as well. I was stuck in a pickle. I'm like, okay, what do I do? I'm constantly writing. I'm constantly have ideas for scripts, and then I write them down and come back to it. And but you all have been a great, when I say a great assistance to me, because I get to try new material on you all, and you all are so encouraging me. Like, oh man, this is good. I'm actually in the actual production on tomorrow. If I had my way, I would not be in it, but because I like to go back, I like to watch my work and I like to critique it really, really hard. And but I am in it. I have a small role as Keith, who is a army brat from the UK, and Stats and I, we had some interesting conversations. And so those of you that don't know, I do have a small little British accent that I've been working on. So I have friends in the UK, and so when I call them, I'll be like, hey, just keep talking. You talk, I'm just gonna listen. So, and that's how I've been learning. That's how I've been learning. Seriously, that's how I've been learning this accent. Because there's no other magic to it than that. I really just they talk and I sit there and be like, okay, keep saying say this word for me, say this word, and that's how I've learned my little British accent. And so if y'all think it's all right, it's just all right. But anyway, thank you all, because you all have again helped me to constantly exercise the gift of writing and the gift of directing and producing productions. And so you all, if this is helping you all come out of a shell as a creative, you have to know that what it's doing for me as someone that's writing it. It's like, I'm giving. I mean, it's like, oh, it's a secret sauce. It's like, if you saw Space Jam, it's that stuff that they put in that little bottle at the end, and all of them squeeze in that. Even though it was just water, they thought it was like, "Rah!" And they, overcome. Okay, so you all are helping me in such a unique way, and I will never, when I say never, ever, ever, ever forget it. So those of you that aspire to do this, especially outside the app, all I would say is just get ready because it's going down. It's going down. And so if I can help you develop as an actor, that's what I'm here for. And if it's something that you feel like, hey, I can do this, then I'll help you even further than that. So I want to dive into some of your characters a little bit. You've had, well, most of you have had time to sit with your character a little bit. Stats, I didn't ask you this question initially, but let's come back to it. I think I asked everybody else. I'll come back to you too, Miss Extra. So, do you relate to Alex at all? Stats? You think that as a man, as a person, do you relate to this character at all, or is this he's like a foreign dude? He's not in your wheelhouse. He's not somebody that you would be. I'll let you talk about your experience with Alex because you did start off as Keith, but now you're Alex. And so let me know how you relate, or if you relate to either one of them. Which one you relate to the most?
So for Keith, that was a role I was before. I related to him more so because he's quizzical, he's funny, he's out there, he says what's on his mind, he's sarcastic. So I truly love Keith's character. That's the role I was before. But now I'm Alex. He's more of a stand-up guy. He's one with the bros. He has a wife. I don't have a wife. So but he he has marriage problems. He's just a lot of things going on in his life, which is day to day normal for most of the people in the world. And I feel his frustration, his times when he's winning. I feel his different modes, and I relate to him when he's excited. When he's excited for things, and he's winning. I love it. I feel the excitement through him, and I try to bring that character throughout the script. And yeah, so for both characters, I feel Keith is more so my personality, but Alex is more the serious side. He's more as a go getter, tries to do what is best for his life, and yeah, I love both characters though, for sure.
No, that's what's up. And I think when you were playing Keith, I smiled a lot because I felt that you connected with that character a lot, and it's just circumstances that you ended up playing Keith. I mean, playing Alex, but I love what you're doing with this character. I love what you're doing with this character. Last night doing rehearsal, man, that back and forth between you and Miss Extra, I promise you, man, that gave me so much life. I was literally screaming, and I promise you, this y'all don't know this, but people were inboxing me, and they were like, "When is this show happening?" Were they mad at each other for real? I was like, "No, it's actually a script," and so people actually bought into the drama, which said that you all gave, you did the characters
Listen,
justice.
I thought I was giving too much when I at the end when I was arguing. Like I thought I was giving a little too much.
No,
I got
Yeah,
a
I
little
felt that.
potty. I kind of was like going in, but I feel like that's part of the character too.
especially Sharon. Sharon is a fool. Or she's unpredictable. And so during the counseling session, she says stuff that most people will not say in the counseling session. So that says literally she's so unpredictable, and that's sort of kind of who she is. And so, as unpredictable as you can be, that's who Sharon is. You can't mess up. You can't go wrong with Sharon. The only way, thank you, Judy, appreciate it. The only way you can go wrong with Sharon is to turn down. But if you turned up, you right there in that Sharon pocket because she really is a fool on the loose. And I promise you, when I'm writing for, I really have to go to a different space when I'm writing for Sharon because yeah, it's so funny. It's so funny, and she's just wow. Yeah, she's just wild and crazy. So she's just wild and crazy. That's who Sharon is. And so Miss Extra, you're doing a great job, and I'm just looking forward to even more how that character is going to develop on screen or on the app. I'm just looking forward to how that character is going to develop. So that's cool. So since you've been playing this role, Miss Extra, since you read the script, do you feel you can relate to who Sharon is as a personality, or do you feel like that's far from who you are, and you just have to put on all these airs to be here? What do you think?
No, I can relate to her a little bit for the simple fact of being in a relationship and not feeling how you want to be felt, or just being extra for real when it's unnecessary. You ain't even got to be like that, but you being extra for real and you being all types of kind of way. You don't even know how you feeling. You know what I'm saying? So I've been there before. I can honestly say I've been there to the point where I had to calm myself down and be like, did I really just say that to him?
And I think that's dope. And one of the things that I try to do as a creative, I try to write characters that people can relate to, and that way, here's what I normally do. Usually I have a group of people around me in mind that I'm thinking of for a role, and I write sort of kind of to their personality, because that means they don't have to work as hard. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm writing a character that's close to your personality, then you don't have to work as hard. You're just pretty much doing you, and I can coach you through. If I need a little bit more extra, if I need a little bit more emotion, I can coach you through the rest of that. And so that's actually dope by design. I really have not really had a lot of like personal like dealings with you all. This is we've talked and we've laughed and we kikied and ha ha, but it's interesting to find out that you guys literally relate to these characters. And not knowing that, I just wrote what was on my brain, and there was a direction I knew I wanted the story to go, and still you guys don't know a lot about where the story is going. So I like that. So it's like an element of surprise. Like the next episode is coming up next month, and you all have no idea what's coming, what's going on, who's going to be in it. And I love that element of surprise, and you sort of kind of find out on the way. And that's a lot like life, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how life works.
Absolutely.
Uh, you don't necessarily know what's going to happen, but when it comes, you just got to deal. And I love what Melodic said before we got on. If you stay ready,
You ain't got to get ready.
listen here. Pull
I,
up, Melodic. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
I wasn't ready. Normally, she know I'm ready.
I know you ready, boo.
But this is a really really cool process. And chase, I want you to tell people about a lot of stuff, because you do a lot of different things, in the industry. This is your first time doing something like this as an actress, but you do a lot of things in the industry, and I think it's noteworthy for people to know about what that is. So let people know about the things that you do in the industry as well.
So right now, I work with local music artists on their, musical career and organizing themselves and their craft, of course. I also just started doing a radio show, which I'm more on the director side of it. Like I write the script for the radio show, and I'm stepping back from being so much on the mic. But yeah, I help creatives. I do the radio show on Beagle. I'm always a part of Charlie's music showcases as a judge or a panelist or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and so it's usually me helping the person that's going to be put to the front, and now it's me being in the front. So it's definitely a different feeling, a different, something that I got to tap into within myself. So yeah, it's a learning experience, but it's fun. It's something I live for, so why not?
Yeah, I think that's dope, Shy. And I think all of us, and I have been, so I've actually played, there's been sort of kind of, I've sort of kind of been operating in a duality all of my life. I have worked behind the scenes, but because of that work behind the scenes, it's forced me in the front of the scenes as well. And so I've had to do that juggling act of being behind and in front and behind and in front. And I love that, because it's helped me to learn a healthy balance and to understand both. Like I can be behind the scenes and be Gucci, and because I'm a natural introvert, and most people don't think I'm an introvert, but yeah, I'm a natural introvert. But because of what I do professionally, I've had to develop extroverted tendencies. I've had to. Otherwise, people will run over me. And I listen. I run businesses. So, with that being said, I have to assert myself and be like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to assert myself and to run a company. You know what I'm saying? I have to assert myself also to be able to work with actors or work with creatives. I have to be able to assert myself because those of you that stats, you have a lot of experience as well as Latisse in the industry. You know, creatives and artists are crazy as hell. They're just born that way. All of us, we're born that way. We're a little crazy as hell until we get to our place where we center ourselves and get focused, and then we are complimenting any situation. But outside of that, we listen. Cray, when I say that, Cray is rock and real, and so I appreciate my life journey in that I've learned how to be behind the scenes and I've learned how to be in front, and I'm comfortable now doing both. And so I feel like that's just that part of you, Shy, that you just that again. It's just developing it because yeah, you are both. You're duality. You're behind the scenes, but you definitely are front as well. You're definitely in front of the characters. Hey, so here's how you know. Look at you, Shy. You beautiful. You're supposed to be seen. People are supposed to see
Oh
you.
my god.
They're supposed to see you.
Thank
So I
you.
mean, I don't understand why you stressed. You just got to work on it.
I'm shy. I'm an introvert too. I'm like, oh my
I get
gosh.
it. I get it. Every
Too, honey. Trust me, Bigo and this right here is trying to pull that out.
good,
Exactly.
good. I'm telling you all this. So I'm telling you. So I feel like this Big O app is helping us to be who we always were meant to be. And so for those of us that are introverted, yeah, listen, and so, how many introverts? So kind of raise your hand if you know that you're an introverted personality. I know I am for FACT fact. See, we got all introverts. We're all introverted, and that's our personality preference. And I'm gonna tell you, this is how I know I'm an introvert because when I do an hour and a half a big O, oh, you won't see me probably for 2 days. 'Cause I'm done. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I have been super dude and did all my little joints and dancing and then I'd be like, listen. As soon as that app go off and I push in, I'd be like, listen here.
Yes. That is so true.
I'm like,
I tell Judy, I be like, child, I don't feel like going live. I don't feel like this today. Oh, no, I don't
You
want
want to calm down. You just want to calm down.
Right.
no, I get it. So that's interesting. So even as a cast, we listen. That Judy said, it's true though. It's true. Listen, listen. So everybody on this app know we have to be extroverts on the app because we have to be extroverts on the app because that coin is out there
That
too.
coin,
that
that
coin.
coinage.
My coin.
We want our coinage.
Come here, you will not make it. Period. The end.
Yes.
You will not make it.
That's a big motivation right there.
You
Get out of your shell real quick.
Right.
I understand it. I understand it. So, stats. That's something we never talked about. That's great. I'm so glad to hear that. That you all are introverts, because so that shows that we actually have way more in common, than not. Because I know I have to muster up strength. Do y'all remember that last week or the last 2 weeks in December where they was they'll give you credit for 5 hours and all that?
child,
What?
listen. I said, they're gonna get a good 3 hours. What you mean?
Mm.
I got shit to do. I got shit to do. Don't
I'm
pertain to
telling you. I'm telling you, I could do no more than three, and it was I had to. I listen after that 3 hours. I was like, I need to go to the ER. I'm just drained. I am completely drained, and so that's interesting. We haven't talked about it, but stats. I want to get to you because I think you did 5 hours all those days with your introverted self. So please explain to me what you was doing with your life 5 hours a day, dog.
Yeah. When they did that 5 hour thing, I was like, oh, I'm super excited to do it. But like after like once 3 hours hit, I was like, okay, I'm kind of done, super tired. So I had to figure out things to do. So I started playing video games on my live, and I started playing my piano. Started doing cooking lives again. 'Cause I used to do cooking lives every time I'm on live. I used to cook dinner and show everybody. So so I started doing that again. I started working out again. I did like 1 hour workout so I could kill at least 1 hour off. Try to be a creative as much as possible for 5 hours. But at the end, nothing happened. We didn't get paid for it. You know, it was just a waste of time. But it was still fun. I was so mad that happened. Like they knew that everybody was going to do something to like cheat the system. So the fact that they still didn't at least help anybody or give anybody anything is still wild to me.
It's mean, yeah.
That's mild. That's just wild to me. But you know, whatever. They're trying to be fair. One person broke the rules, so everybody gets punished. But you know, it was still fun, I guess. You know,
It was fun.
but it was wild. 5 hours. Yes, I did it every day, 5 hours straight. I didn't take no breaks.
That is wild because I knew for a fact I couldn't get to 5 hours. One because I do have I'm busy, and I was actually talking to Judy to try to figure out like how do you go live from your laptop so that because I'm spending most of the time on my laptop. So this is me working my laptop now, but I'm usually here at least 8 to 10 hours of my day working on projects, or I could be doing a video conference with a client or someone that I'm coaching and all that type of stuff. And so it could be multiple things going on, but I'm usually right in front of my laptop all day. And so in my brain, I'm like, yeah, if I can go live from my laptop, I can just be here all day while I'm working on whatever and talk to people because I'm, whatever. But yeah, it's an interesting process. But that's cool. So that's good that we all know that we all are introverted. And melodic, that's interesting. I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that you were introverted. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's
But you
interesting.
know
Okay.
what? Oh gosh, I was normally quiet. I was the one who got the one in citizenship quiet. But being an artist, and then too, I had my own businesses, so I had to not, I had to open up and I had to speak up. And then as a singer, it's weird for me that as a singer, I can step to that mic and it's like la, but then if I'm sitting there talking, I'm like, okay, well, da da da, and I had to learn just how to become a speaker.
Yeah.
But
No.
if I could, I'm quiet. I could just sit here and be like watching. I'm the person that's gonna sit back and watch before I open
Absolutely.
my mouth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so let me say this as a probably some comfort and some encouragement to you all because you all are introverts. Introverted people do get a bad rap because people will say very easily, very comfortably that we're arrogant or that we stuck up or that we bougie, and we get all those labels. But here's the comfort. Here's the comfort for all of you all to get. What other people don't realize is that introverted people, we don't need people. We don't need them. We can. I know I can go to, and I have been to several parties, and as long as I got one of my phones, I can go sit in the corner and just be like, and good, and having the best time ever. Listen to the music. Nobody has to come say nothing to me. I don't have to be the center of attention. I don't need none of that extra stuff that extroverted people need. And so I think we get a bad rap because extroverted people, where they need the attention and they need to be in the light, I'm good being in the dark. Listen, I have blackout curtains all over my house for that very reason. I love the dark. I love to chill in the dark. It's still daytime. It's just 5 o'clock or almost 6 o'clock here in Cali, so the sun is still out. You'll never know it because my room stay dark. My bedroom stays dark. The living room stays dark. When the lights come on, it's because I control it. I love being in those dark places, not necessarily dark as in dark energy, but just what's up, Jess George? What's up, buddy? What's up? That's what path to the building, but not necessarily dark energy, but just being in a place where I'm chill or where I'm not seen, and I enjoy that. And so that's the trade off. Introverted people, we don't need people. My brother, has extroverted tendencies, and he would get so mad when we were little because he needed me to play with him, and I'm like, bruh, as long as I got my little car, I'm good. you know. And he needed some type of interaction from me, and it would cause so much friction. But it's like, yeah, bro, I don't need all that. And yeah. So did you all have experiences like that growing up with extroverted, either siblings or family members that didn't quite understand you because you didn't need anybody to be okay? And that's what people don't get. Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah. What you got to say to that, Miss Extra?
Oh, girl, don't you want to go out and have a drink? No, I got my liquor right here. I don't need to go nowhere. I need to go. When I get there, I'm gonna be ready to go, so I might as well not even go. But then when I end up going, once I get the juice in me, like I'm a little pumped up, but still I'll be like, I'm ready to go, style. Mm-mm.
No, that's facts. That's facts. I get that 100%. A lot of my friends that would I would literally only go out and hang out with my friends for just to socialize. And I'll be honest with you, because they needed it, not because I needed it. And they'll be like, "Man, I ain't seen you in a minute. We ain't hung out in a while. Come out." And I'll be like, "God." And I listen. And I'm so anal. Let me tell you. Let me tell you so anal. Let me tell you how anal I am. I always ask, "Who gonna be there?"
No, that's what I think I asked too, because
You better find out who gonna be there.
you know I'm fool with them.
I'm always ask that.
Right. Like she coming, I'm not coming.
Right.
It's real. It's that energy exchange. I don't want to be around extra people that's gonna get me out of my. I don't want none of. Yeah, I want to be around people that's going to one understand that I'm introverted and be okay with it, and not have issues with it because I'm not, talking and being all that extra. It drains me. Literally drains me when people are trying to force things. It's like friendship. I always tell people that friendship is not something that you force. You don't have to force it.
It
It's
just is.
chemistry. It
Mhm.
just let it happen. And if it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't happen. It's no big deal. But
Mhm.
it always frustrates me when people try to force friendships and force those types of things. It's like, no, it's chemistry, baby. Either it mix well together or it don't. And you trying to force something that don't fit could cause you potentially to get cussed out.
Oh, I know. I go through it all the time. People think I'm bougie. They
Yeah.
literally think people think I'm bougie, and it's not that I'm bougie. If you knew my grandmother, you'd understand. And it's just that I'm comfortable being me. I'm the oldest of five,
Hmm.
and I told my mother I was good. I didn't need the rest of them. I was good by myself. But I love them to death, and I now I need them. But I was fine. I would be somewhere singing a song, writing a song, and I was the
Be
young
good
writing my own little songs back in the day.
and
And
be
so,
good.
but as an artist, it's like showtime. So it's like you get in front of the camera, you're like, hey, I'm home. Then when I'm done, I'm just like, I'm good, I'm chill. And it's just
No,
weird how that works.
no, it's just your personality, and I don't think you should ever apologize for your personality. I think it's actually disrespectful for someone to try to force you to be something that you're not. There's a quote that's in my book, and the quote is simple: "This, when you know who you are, you know who you're not." And so I know I'm a natural introvert, and so I know I am not an extrovert. And so when I'm around people that are extroverted, I'm like, hey, you need
Turn
to be
up.
extra. Yeah, go ahead, turn up, but don't expect that from me. I'm gonna be chilled. I'm gonna be laid back, and I'm gonna be that's who I am, and I'm not gonna apologize for it. So I think we do a good. I think we do ourselves justice by understanding and knowing that's who we are, and we should never have to apologize for that. And so I say this a lot because I know it's true. If a person has a problem with you, let's say this phone right here represents the problem that someone has with you. It's not your problem, it's theirs. They have it, it's in their possession. So, you know what I do? I let them have it. Please. What I look like getting stressed out because you have a problem that ain't got nothing to do with me. So,
Right.
that's just how I've learned to live my life. It's a, oh, boo boo, I'm so sorry. You got a problem? Because if they're ready to address it, they're going to come right to me if they want to address it. But you
Right.
got to realize and understand some people don't want to address issues. They want to keep mess going and keep that stirring. So if you got a problem, you can have it. Because the only way it's
Hmm.
going to get resolved if you come right to me because it's a misunderstanding. But if you want to have that problem, go ahead. I'm going to sleep and I'm gonna get my life. So back to the production. I digressed a little bit, but that's because I'm a coach and I do this in real life. But anyway, also, so the production is tomorrow. It's 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And the show is called Business as Usual. And I titled it Business as Usual because I know that is something that everybody is looking forward to getting back to. Uh, business as usual. Um, when um, when the pandemic started, that's when I started my podcast, and I've never forget my very first podcast. I said that during this process, there are going to be a lot of people that have kids during this process, and there are going to be a lot of people that get divorced during this process, only because we actually, our lives are distractions in one area or another, and we use life to distract us from dealing with real ish most of the time. And so that's what's going on with Alex and Sharon in his production. Alex, they run a business and it's a healthy business. And so they can have real issues, but work could just be a beautiful distraction from the real ish, you know what I'm saying? And life could be a beautiful distraction from the real ish. But when you have to quarantine with somebody that you got issues with, listen, that ish gonna come to the surface sooner or later. And so that's why I wrote it that way. So it's sort of kind of a play on it. It's called business as usual because we're looking forward to getting back to business as usual. But in the midst of all of it, the real business is taking care of us, is tending to our ish. And so I want to say that to somebody: if you're quarantining with somebody and y'all got issues, man, there's no time like the present to resolve it. And if you need a mediator, call Dr. Clemens. I don't know what to take. Call Dr. Clemens. Dr. Clemens will get you right. Dr.
Man.
Clemens will get you together. So, so the production is happening tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the app Bigo. It's called Bigo, Bigo. It's not called Bingo. What the hell? I heard somebody say I was on Bingo the other day. I was like,
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Yeah. You'd be like, what? Do you see an end?
oh man. Somebody said I was on Bingo and I found out. I was like, okay, well you let me know when they started that one, because I mean I'll play potentially. That's what they do. But listen, so I want to wrap up this podcast. But listen, I thank you guys so much for doing this. And we have a rehearsal tonight. We're going to rehearse for probably like 20 minutes. I want to get everybody together on the app in the private room, just to sort of kind of run a cue to cue. And I think I think people are going to be so surprised about by what we produce on tomorrow, and I think people are going to be like pleasantly surprised. That's already happened from our commercials, from the commercial as well as the rehearsal we did live on the app yesterday. Like my inbox, I'm still replying back to people. Now, what time is it? We don't read, so people constantly ask me what time is it and who I need to follow, and I'm like, yes, it's happening tomorrow, 7 o'clock p.m. So definitely, guys, you guys have access to the commercial. Share it to all your friends, share it to your family, and also know this: if you do not have the app Bigo, you still can watch it. Just get with anybody on the platform, including myself, and we can actually share you a link to the live. And that way you can watch it. You won't be able to interact like everybody else. You have to have the app to interact, but you can at least see what's happening. You can at least see what's going on, and you can watch it from your laptop. So inbox either one of us. All of us are on Facebook. Cheychase, are you on Facebook?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay, so shot Chase, Stats, Latisse, Miss Extra, all of us are on Facebook. So inbox either one of us and say, hey, share with me the live so I can check it out, and we'll do just that. But listen, this has been a vibe. Stats, I appreciate you. Latisse, Melodic Dreams, I appreciate you so much. Shot Chase in the building, I appreciate you. Miss Extra, oh man, listen, I was grinning from when I say from ear to ear. And I was talking to I was in Cut the Checks room earlier today, and while we were talking, Unibeam came in, and immediately I'm like, boom. I got roles for both of them. I got roles for both of them. And so I was like, oh, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. So
That,
the next, so
that,
listen, the next episode, I'm telling you, it's gonna be. You talk about foolishness, Miss Extra.
anything with check in it is gonna be foolishness. Let's just say that, okay? Straight.
But listen, wait till y'all see what I wrote for this clown. When I say, the crazy thing about it is, I already wrote it. I already wrote the scene,
Well, can you
and
hurry up and send it to us so we know what we getting ourselves into? Because I'm interested to know, okay?
so,
Every line fooling with him.
but listen. So I want you all to, I want you all to try to guess it because there is a mystery that's going on. I don't know. So if you guys read the first episode, of course you have, but there is a mystery. There is a.
That's gonna be my man I cheat with, ain't
I, I ain't saying that. Stay tuned. So you know what? Wait, wait.
it? How everything going? I just got that feeling like that's gonna be the man I'm cheating with. That's
So, so let me. Okay, that's good. So that's that. You took a stab at it. So you think that one of those guys is potentially a guy that you cheated on Alex with, right?
yep.
Okay. So, Latice, you, of course, you, Dr. Clemens. So you know there is a mystery. There is something that happened between Alex and Sharon that hadn't come to the surface yet, but you know it's huge because it's caused a rift in their relationship.
We're not connected. It's a disconnect in there somewhere. Something disconnected it.
Right. So they allude to it in this episode, but melodic because you don't know. What do you think it is?
I believe it could be something happened in the business.
Okay.
You know, because men don't play about their money, and
Okay.
we as women we gonna spend it. So maybe she spent some money, too much money, or loaned some money, or had an affair, or it could be anything.
That
But
because
if
that's
it's Miss Extra and it's Sharon, it's gonna be big.
My reasons for doing what I'm doing, okay?
Right.
And my
Something.
sit there and spend your money and look cute. Yeah, I did.
Right.
Sure did.
so. Cheychase. In the show, Sharon is your best friend, and you are a beautiful distraction. For Sharon. In the production. So you've read the script, so you know there's something that's going on with them. Do you have any idea what it may be?
I think either Sharon is gonna learn to shut up, or Sharon is just gonna get worse and worse. She's gonna escalate with her crazy
But
self. So whew,
she is
I hope
she
she
is
don't put me or Michelle into no mess.
but wait a minute. So now you know it's something that's caused a problem in their marriage. Do you know? Do you have any idea what that could be?
I I'm putting the blame on Sharon. I don't know though. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely her. It's definitely her. So I don't know. Dang.
But but that's
It's gonna be a surprise for real.
but that's
Sharon has like all these little
He done did
elements that
something.
just
He
oof,
did something.
Sharon.
so. What do you think it is, Miss Extra?
He done did something because I just ain't acting like this for no reason. It's
Okay.
kind of like how I am. I'm not acting like this for no reason. You done did something.
That's good, and I think that's a life lesson that people. I think that's a good life lesson that most people can take away from this podcast. If you got people in your family that may be sort of kind of snappy, or maybe they're mean, or maybe they're sharp, um, something made them that way. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just come out of the womb that way. They've had enough dealings with life and with crazy people that have made them to be untrusting and unforgiving. So, you know, people make us crazy. They really do. But it's still our responsibility to get to a place where we're centered enough that we don't become bitter in life, that we become better. But people do make us crazy as hell. They really do. And so, What you say, Miss Extra?
I said they do.
Yeah, they
Just
do.
don't act off of emotion for no reason.
Yeah, yeah. Um some yeah, people did make us the way we are. That's real. So as crazy as we are, as nice as we are, or as mean as we are, people have made us that way. And life through people have dealt us these bad hands where people are like, you know what? And they just go ham. And without the proper support system to help people to balance their personalities out, some people stay bitter, and that's unfortunate. We want people to get better. So, Stats, I didn't ask you this question, but I'm going to ask you this question. With all the drama that's going on with you and Sharon in this particular show, what do you think? What do you think is the cause of y'all's issue?
Uh, Truthfully, I think Sharon slept with my brother or sister, siblings.
Sister,
Yep, straight up.
it might be a nigga. It ain't no sister.
Because a certain part he says he doesn't want to talk about it. I never brought that situation up, so it's something really personal to him. It must be somebody
Ah.
really close to him.
It's probably your best friend.
Might be his best friend, maybe. Yeah, might be a best friend. Well, might be a brother and sister. Who wants to talk about my wife sleeping with my brother or sister? I don't
Yikes.
know. Could be anything.
It could be a number of things. That's facts. And so I'll be honest with you, we actually won't find out.
The cheating. You ever think about that though? You ever think it could have been
Who?
what you
What?
did? You did something.
No, but he said I never brought that situation up. I never brought it up. We never talked about it. Remember? It has to be you. It ain't Alex. You messed it up.
Sharon,
You
Sharon,
messed
Sharon.
this relationship up. I did a goddamn thing.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Do not put me like I done did something totally wrong. It's not me today. Okay.
Are they not in
Okay.
character right now, though?
Right.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. So listen. So nobody really.
Oh my
So
God.
so nobody's gonna find out what the issue is probably into the third or fourth episode. Um, but it's coming, so it's gonna be revealed. We're gonna start unpacking it, and then by the time it gets like, yeah. So it's something. It is big, obviously, because it did cause some tension and some issues in the relationship. Hey, so those of you that are watching, you may want to download Big O tomorrow, today and get your little account set up so you can come over here and check out these creatives because as if you can't tell, all of these introverted personalities are characters by themselves, and what we are producing on this app through the form of Big O is it's pretty cool. It's actually pretty amazing. I have not seen anything like this on the app, and so I feel like we're sort of kind of cutting edge in a way. We're doing something that nobody's ever done. We're going into an area nobody's ever gone before, and I feel like we're going to pull it off and pull it off really, really well. And of course, with our standards, then of course we'll probably see this a lot more. But we can say we did it first. Hey,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
that's it. That's what I'm talking. We're trendsetters in our own unique way. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for being a part of this podcast. This is a lot of fun. Let people know also. Do you guys have websites? Any of you all have websites for stuff that you do?
I got one.
Not yet.
All right, cool. All right, make sure let's let people know about your stuff.
So right now I sell IIoT. My website is I don't have it, but I will have Gentray put it in the comments or attach it to here. You trying to get healthy, you trying to lose some weight. I got what you need. Keep your immune system up, gain weight, whatever it is. I'm pretty sure y'all heard of it. I got you. So hit me up if you need it.
Hey, that's what's up. Give me a hands up. Anybody else have product or whatever they want to promote that they or a website that you have? Anybody else? Stats. What's that? What's the head thing? What's the bobblehead? What is that? Man, listen, I love everybody on this panel for your unique personalities that you bring to this element because you all make it fun, you all make it, interesting, and it's never a dull moment. And so I appreciate that. If nothing else, you all have been like great. I mean, great, great, great. Um, Great personalities to work off of. And so thank you for being who you are. I appreciate it so much.
No problem.
Yes.
And so let's get ready to knock this other rehearsal out real quick. And we're going to be on app. Those of you that are on Facebook, you might want to download Big O before tomorrow so you can come and watch this thing unfold on the app. And it's a whole vibe. It's called Business as Usual. It's written by your boy, Charlie Tubbs III, a.k.a. Gentray, and it's a whole vibe. And so listen, next week we're going to have an artist on the podcast. And I'm also going to start also on the podcast a relationship series called Relationship Goals. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about a couple things on this particular podcast because I definitely I'm going to have some married people on here. I'm going to have some single people on here. I'm going to have some people that are undecided. There's in between because all these are all still relationships, and I think society gives single people a bad rap. We talked about this on our little thing the other day. And single people, you're actually in the best place possible. I want you to know that. We'll talk about that more on that podcast as we get to that. But next week, I'm going to have a creative, some artists coming for the podcast next week. So tune in. Follow me on IG. Also follow all my panelists. All their IG information is in the comments below. Follow everybody. Support these creatives as they're doing all the things, unique things that they're doing. And hey, guys, until next week, I want you to stay positive. I want you to stay positive. Positivity is a choice. Be intentional by staying positive. Stay creative. That's a beautiful distraction. So create something. If you're bored, you ain't got nothing to do, create something. Stay positive, stay creative, and most importantly, this podcast is called Moments of Clarity. Stay positive, stay productive, stay creative, and most importantly, stay clear. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.